Hey guys, it's Tony from Tony Talks Cards, and welcome back. My last video was, I believe it was Christmas Eve it came out, so I want to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And here we are on New Year's Eve. Hope everyone has a great new year coming up. Has some time to rest, relax, recuperate, and get ready for 2025. So, like the name of my channel, Tony Talks Cards, we're talking cards today, but specifically talking about goals. Now, a few weeks ago, I did a video on my collecting goals for 2024. And I'll be honest, that was 2 weeks ago. I've started to kind of rearrange my head. Maybe those goals were too small or they're too big, and I should narrow them down to specific cards and players and types. But I think as collectors, we all probably go through a constant evolution of our goals. And, the next shiny object could take our direction one way versus the other. And I guess we'll look back here in 12 months and see how those goals turned out. If I was able to find the cards I wanted, or maybe went down some other rabbit hole, like I did in 2024. So again, hope you had a great holiday season, great new year coming up. But for this video, I want to talk about goals for my channel. Now, first off, it's crazy. I can't believe I look back, I think it was late October. So just about 9 weeks ago, I started this channel. And I started it with the hope of being able to try something new. I don't work in media, in YouTube, in content creation at all in my job. I work in finance. I've been doing that for a number of years. So this is really, really new to me. I wanted to start a channel or at least try it out, but I wanted to get a good rolling head start. So I want to make sure and held myself to a goal of putting out a lot of content. At least for me, it's like 2, 3 videos a week, 5 minutes to 15 minutes, all in between, just to see if I could do it. Do I like talking to my phone? Do I like uploading videos? Do I like looking at comments or thinking of topics to talk about? Do I have time in my schedule to talk about that stuff and do it? And admittedly, October through December is a generally lighter time of year for me in the job that I do. Going into January through April, it will be a bit more busy. So I know it's going to be a little less content going into the new year, but I want to try like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, it gets bigger, it picks up steam. And I think I've done that, and I'm happy with what I've done so far. I think this is number 36. So 36 videos in 9 weeks. Math is about four a week, give or take, and I've done that. I've done Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays. From 2 minutes to 3 minutes to up to 15 or 20. And so far it's been good. I've been able to balance it with my other schedule, responsibilities, work, family. But again, I'll probably slow that down a bit in 2025. So it's not really a goal to slow down, but I'm happy I've gotten where I've gotten to with 36 videos, this being the 36th, and look forward to evolving in different areas here in 2025. But for goals for the channel, and like collecting too, I guess, a lot of you may know the acronym SMART goals. So do you have, I think it's specific, measurable, I want to say achievable, maybe, realistic, and then time-based. So again, I don't want to keep this very formal, but again, I want to come up with goals that I could look back on in 12 months or even 6 months and say, hey, how am I doing? Am I halfway there? Am I all the way there? And is that still a goal I want to pursue? So five-ish goals I came up with. One, I mentioned this before in my last couple of videos, I'm going to the National. So I've been to the National in Chicago, I think 4 times before, but I want to go this year. I am booked, hotel and tickets booked and bought. I want to go this year with the meaning to go and of course buy and search out for cards I want for my collecting goals, but also to do more interacting. So I love to meet some of you all who've commented, encouraged me along my first few months here on YouTube. I think sounds like there's a lot of folks who go to Chicago and the National, wherever it's at, who do the YouTube thing and have some similar collecting interests like I do or others have. So number one goal, love to go to Chicago and meet up with a lot of you and build some more friendships and connections in this hobby. Number two, I'd love to talk to other people on this channel or just have a conversation in quote unquote real life, online about cards. Haven't done that yet, but know it's possible given videos that I watch and using your streaming device of choice to pull that off. So I'd love to explore that and see how to make that work. Maybe at some point in the future too in 2025. No set number, But we'll have to do maybe just say two or three, I guess, to go with my measurable goal in terms of SMART goals. So, um, third goal would be to have a number of videos, a certain number of videos out by a year from now. So, like I mentioned, I've done 36 so far. That's way more than I can keep up for the whole next year, given my work schedule and other things I know I have going on. But if I can do two a week, 2 times 52 is 104, plus 36 videos already, that's about 140. If I can get to 150 videos by the end of 2025, I'll set that as my goal. So let's try for that and see how that works out. That's probably number three. Related to me talking to others and learning how to talk to others on various streaming platforms or on my iPhone, I like to learn how to do more video insertion, graphic insertion, not so much to make them flashy and get more likes or clicks, but more just to kind of, it's something my brain doesn't do Monday through Friday. So to learn something new, a new skill, a technique, although it's probably easy and mundane to a lot of you guys who've been doing this for years and even more than I have, love to try to pull off some graphics, insert some pictures, different types of video types. So I think that'll be YouTube channel goal number four. The fifth one I've been struggling with. I don't know if I want to put as a goal or not. I wasn't sure if I should or if it's going to motivate me in the right way. But I'd like to get to a certain number of subscribers. Not to make any money off this. I have a full-time job like most of you guys do too. Family, outside interests besides cards keep me pretty busy for 7 days of the week besides this. But I'd like to get to maybe 500. Seems like a kind of nice round number. It's not the thousand, which is even rounder, and I guess the four-digit number there too. But 500 seems like it could be again a good way to make more connections, meet more people, learn learn about other channels, other people's channels, their goals, their collecting interests, and maybe talk to folks who I don't know who they are, and vice versa. Subscribe and learn about each other. So again, if I get to 250 and nowhere near 500, that's fine. But in terms of the SMART goal, specific, measurable, I think it's attainable or achievable, realistic, and time based. My fifth goal is going to be getting to 500 subscribers by a year from now, by December 31, 2025. So, hey, we'll see how that goes. So that's my five. I'll probably check in on those throughout the year with various videos and updates on the numbers based goals, I guess. But definitely going to Chicago in July and August will be a big one, and that will be checked off. And hopefully, I can meet some of you guys out there too in Chicago or elsewhere throughout the next year. So, those are my five goals for the channel for 2025. But in thinking about those goals, I work in finance, I'm a numbers guy. Thinking about what I want to do the next few videos on, I keep a pretty good inventory of what I buy, what I sell, and what I own. What I own as of today, I have an Excel spreadsheet that shows what I paid for it, the date I bought it, who I bought it from, what it is it graded, is it not, is it football, baseball, all these kind of characteristics. I was looking at that last night and noticed some really interesting trends in terms of what I bought, when I bought it in 2024, and how I bunched a lot of the same transactions together, and how my overall collection, it didn't really morph a lot on the surface, but seeing the types of cards or the types of boxes, graded or not, that I have today versus 12 months ago, it's pretty interesting. So I didn't have that ready to go today, but I think early in January, I'm going to put together some maybe graphics, maybe not, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just going to be lo-fi pieces of paper and me talking about it, but some looks at what I bought, percentages, like I bought this much football, baseball. I sold off all of this, but bought a bunch of this I never had before. And I found some really interesting trends. So look forward to that. Hopefully I can put that out in the next few weeks in January and give you some insight to what my 2024 was like. And maybe it was like others of you out there too. I'd be curious on your comments or if you've been through a year that, stepping back, it was kind of all over the place for me. And so maybe you guys have been there before. It can give me some pointers on how to better focus here in 2025, starting tomorrow, I guess. But lastly, I got two things that came in the mail the last couple days. So my last two purchases of 2024 were eBay purchases. Very happy about them. Haven't opened them up yet, thought I'd do that here live, not live, I guess, but here on the channel here for my New Year's Eve video, my last two vintage baseball card purchases of 2024. So just a note, I did pre-cut these envelopes open. I didn't want to use scissors on air and risk some sort of injury happening. So they are pre-cut just to kind of get to the point faster and show off the cards. So bear with me here. This was, I think, the second from the last one that came. And one thing to note on this one, always make sure and package your stuff up securely. This came from in the post office like this, ripped. Luckily, there was the bubble wrap inside the mailer, but that could have been bad if it wasn't. But you never know with the post office and things being moved around, things can get damaged, but this card wasn't. So very happy about that. So the second to last purchase of 2024 was, let me get this out here. I think I opened it up enough with my scissors. Let's see if I can make this work here. Oh, here we go. Perfect. The second to last purchase was 1974 Topps Nolan Ryan in a PSA 5. Now, the reason I bought this was because this 74 Topps Ryan, one, it's a pretty cool picture. You can see him kind of partway through his windup there with the Angels. I love the centering. Not perfect probably, but again, left to right, pretty even, top to bottom, pretty even too. No real wear or damage I can see. And again, a 5 that's kind of in my category and price range of cards. But the 1974 card shows his 1973 statistics. I'm big into the stats on the back of the card. And if they show the stats from a really crazy milestone year from the player, an MVP year, a Cy Young year, his high home run year, or maybe even his last card, like I showed off earlier with my 69 Topps Mickey Mantle, where it showed all of his stats. Like the 73 Roberto Clemente showed all of his stats. I love the story the back of the cards can tell in numbers. I work with numbers all day long. I love the story and seeing numbers all in one place. So 1974 Topps Nolan Ryan, again, PSA 5. Love the centering, love the card. Again, I believe in 73 was Nolan Ryan's first Cy Young Award year. So in 1973, and the light is not going to help me out here, I know that, but in 73, he had a 2.67, looks like ERA, 383 strikeouts, and I believe that was his first AL Cy Young. So again, a cool picture, a cool pose, and the back showing his stats from that Cy Young year in 73. So that was the second to last card. The very last card is one that if you've seen other videos of mine, you know I'm a Cubs fan. I've shown up Ernie Banks before. A few Ernie Banks I've shown up earlier in my channel, probably in November, December. This one I was looking for, and it was tough to find centered. I couldn't figure out a lot of SGCs and PSAs that were kind of off, left to right, top to bottom. This one's not perfect at all either, but a good copy for me and one to finish up or to at least add to my Cubs Rookie Hall of Fame collection. This one is a 1961 Topps Ron Santo All-Star Rookie. Again, Hall of Fame rookie from the Cubs, Ron Santo. You can see this is a PSA 5, just like the Nolan Ryan was. Again, centering is not perfect, top to bottom or left to right, really. But a lot of other copies on eBay I was finding were really even worse off in terms of cutting. So again, 5 is my price range. It's a Hall of Fame rookie. It's a Cub great. Never saw him play. Wasn't that old, but read up on him. Heard him talked about in interviews during Cubs games on WGN, and found this one for a good price. Pretty decently centered, at least for me. Right? Again, not perfect, not like the Nolan Ryan was, but again, a good copy, good solid 5 copy of a Cub Hall of Famer. So happy to get that in for my last. This is the last card I purchased. A good way to end the year in terms of a Cub, a Hall of Fame rookie, and a good card for the price there. So again, thank you very, very much for hanging with me here. Happy New Year. Hope you had a great holiday, and I'll talk to you again here in January. Thanks. Bye.